And I don't know how much are they charging, like 260,000 is what they said. I doubt it. I think they're probably about, what would you say?
They're 500,000 plus.
Really? Wow. All right, everyone. As you can see here, we're driving down a neighborhood in Washington, which is adjacent to St. George. And we are here with...
Boom, bubble, bust, repeat.
As always, I want to thank new subscribers, and if you haven't already, please hit that subscribe button, and let's go ahead and get started today.
And as you can see right here, there is some tract housing going on. You know, for some reason, it's a little bit greener, and they use some craftsman style, but just like the same old, you know, tract homes, lacking some qualities. Well, I don't know, this isn't so bad. And you can go right here, there's some tract homes here. Look at this, kind of a semi-arid landscape, as you can see. And then, believe it or not, you are seeing a lot of quite dense development of 3 and 4 stories. This is literally in the outer fringes of a metro area. And, well, we have to see what this brings. This is gonna bring an urban vibe. I guess a lot of people, believe it or not, are getting tired of the big cities, but they want the urban amenities in these smaller scale metros. All right, we're actually hanging out. We're doing videos together. And believe it or not, I've noticed a lot of differences in St. George. And one of the things is, now you do have some Mediterranean style homes, so things you can find in Las Vegas, and still very cookie cutter, very car dependent. So there are some similarities, and believe it or not, you see a lot of people with children out here. I mean, they're playing outside, very family oriented. It's something I really, really admire. I mean, we really need a lot of family and, how I can say, respect for children. But even though we have some Mediterranean style homes, many cookie cutters, still, many of the problems still persist. It's car dependent. The land uses are very segregated. The street networks, the cul-de-sacs, a lot of different issues. Now,
this part we're coming past is Sunwood. They want 269 for this, starting at 269. Mm-hmm. Still, it's like you're looking at a median income here of 53,000. Yeah. 269. Still overpriced.
I know. And do you have people here working like 2 jobs just to make ends meet?
You have families that are working 2 or 3 jobs, desperate to make ends meet.
Son of a gun! Oh my gosh! Wow, this is like an American crisis. Holy crap. But again, a lot of nice views, small town feel, not that many crazy people. There's a lot of great things. But I could still come out here with a megaphone and big signs and protest and wake people up. And if I do this out here, it will get a lot more attention. But you don't have like the tourist wake-up call as you have in Las Vegas. And don't bother with these people! Waste of time and money! Boo! So they actually do some agriculture, believe it or not. And I guess it's because of the mild climate, not to mention, I guess, maybe a lot of the land is not federally controlled. FHA approved condos starting at $180,000. What do you think about these prices?
I think they're way beyond what the working class make in this
Well,
town.
yeah, tell me about it. We have a lot of land in this area, and they're charging these ridiculous prices. So we're going to be hanging out, and hopefully you guys can really look at his channel and my channel as well to see what's going on. So this is some pretty interesting development. A lot of people, seems like, are moving out here. You've got some decent weather, warm weather, and you don't have a lot of the taxes and the congestion, the smog that you have right here. I've thought about moving out here. Wow, look at these nice views. It's pretty nice, kind of scenic. Some more greenery, believe it or not, and all these red canyons. It looks really nice. $500,000 for these homes that are gonna have lots and lots of problems. Can you believe it? All pumped up by this low credit market system. They know people from other states like California have cash to buy them. They can rent them out, all the speculation. Oh my goodness. Now look at the views, believe it or not. They look pretty nice. You get a good amount of views. I guess it is reasonable to a certain degree, but the question is, You know, have these prices have been running up so much? You tell me. So we're here at this subdivision called Bella Vista. You can see there are palm trees. Now this is one of the things I've noticed. There's a lack of palm trees, but I guess they're trying to compete with these exotic desert areas like Las Vegas and Phoenix. And I guess people come here because they don't want all these problems. Now, look at this. This is something very rare, but more common in Las Vegas. This is a gated area, and the mailboxes are actually outside, and they have panoramic views. So, I guess palm trees are possible here, and you can see the style of homes. They're more Mediterranean style. They're trying to, like I said, give you that kind of desert exotic feel of the Southwest. Of course, you're not going to see these homes in the Salt Lake City area. And they have this gated sense, you know, as a sense of prestige, but they don't have that much here in the St. George area. And that's because, obviously, it has to do probably with crime rates, less soliciting, less homeless people and things like that. So you can see a lot of these homes, they talk about that they're exotic and high-end, but they don't look exotic and high-end. I mean, they can dress it up, but they're not really special. I mean, look at this. Garage doors eat up the front. At least they can put the garage doors separate, or they can face the other side with a narrow driveway. I mean, the French doors are decent. The iron doors are decent. But then again, a lot of the details are not standing out. They are not pretty compared to the old historic homes that you can find right here. Look at the windows. The panes are really thin. The stucco quality isn't all that great. The details don't stand out too well. Just a lot of mix and match. It's like one of these like tract home McMansion stuff. And believe it or not, they're all one-story homes. So I guess they want that ranch feel to it. And I don't know. They are, nevertheless, one story, and they have a good sized lot, so I guess it makes sense to be far from shopping and everything. Unlike Las Vegas, which will have like 2-3 story cramped homes all squish-squashed together, and then you can't easily walk to stores or other services like you'll find in old-fashioned small towns or like in neighborhoods like Queens and some neighborhoods you'll find in Boston, DC, and Chicago. So this is what it is. So you let me know what you think. What do you think about this?
I think they're pretty overpriced. You got these lots going for like $80,000, over $100,000, some of them.
Wow, yeah. And you think these homes have construction issues, like some of the homes I've talked about in Las Vegas?
I've heard there is some construction issues. They try to really rush them and try to get them built quick. They're using the cheap labor. They look good, but they're not always what they look.
Yeah, and are these cheap labor, are they encouraging people coming from other countries to work on them?
Definitely.
Okay, yeah. And yeah, some of these homes even have like basement areas because these are on a slope. So basically, they give you all this additional space or something. And by the way, speaking about that, there doesn't seem to be a high immigrant population here, and that's because we really don't have the casino hospitality sector. And the unemployment rate right here is not so bad because they haven't done all these shutdowns. So I think if the economy of the country gets so bad, I think a lot of people will move into here and they'll basically seek refuge or something. But then again, Utah still really has an overpriced housing market. It was a good retreat. Again, it's not that hot, especially if you go further up north in the state. I know St. George is one of the hottest parts of the state. It isn't so much different than Las Vegas, but still, you don't have the urban heat island effect. And I must say, like, there's a lot more attention to family, more traditional lifestyles, and I really do admire that. And I guess that's why a lot of people choose the St. George area over Las Vegas. Wow, look at all these beautiful, nice views of Cedar City, Utah. Now look at this right here. You have what I believe is more of these historic buildings. Look at these red stones and how nicely they go along with the scenery, the canyons, the cliffs. See, I was hoping to use those kind of red stones in some of the newer construction here in Las Vegas. And it's in a more traditional downtown. This is downtown St. George. And once you go right here, I believe there's a merry-go-round, there's a park, there's a town square, all that good stuff. Wow, this is what we need to build more of. It really builds a sense of community. Now, what style is this? That's a very good question. I'm not sure. It probably could be, it's kind of like Italianate with the brackets. And you can see right here, they've been doing a lot of infill projects, mixed-use development. They're still using these stones. So looks like a lot of people want large city amenities without the crowds and the cost of many of the cosmopolitan ones across the country. Oh, look at this right here. They have a barber shop open here. That's pretty nice. You can get my haircut done no matter how long Sizzlack extends the order. All right, everybody. There's a good amount of traffic right here. We are in downtown Cedar City. And as you can see here, wow, look at these gorgeous mountains. Beautiful snow cap. Now, one thing I am quite shocked, believe it or not, are these above average gas prices. Now, you can see here, it's $2.04, and I believe Utah also, on the other hand, has 85 octane as opposed to 87. Now, here in Las Vegas, where I live, it's 87 octane. I paid about $1.89, and we have higher gas taxes, so there is some gas price manipulation, not just in California, but the entire southwest region of the state. And believe it or not, if you drive up to Salina, Utah, it's about $1 a gallon. So you tell me about the 80 cents price difference. This city's got a small town feel and a lot of cute, charmful, historic homes that are from the Queen Anne folk Victorian style. Or you can have many homes that are, believe it or not, in the Georgian style, Tudor style, as you can see right here. Very charming, beautiful, lots of emphasis on porches, windows, better quality materials, and look how they use brickwork out here. I guess they do that to kind of match the natural beauty landscape that they have out here, not to mention a lot of wood carving, spindle work, you name it. And when you think about it, could we use these styles of homes out here in Las Vegas? I don't think so. When you're talking about the materials like the wood carvings, although I believe we have to use some iron work. So that's one of the things you have to keep in mind. But there's a lot we can learn from it. The way they place their windows, their details, garages don't eat up the front part of the home. So you let me know. Now look at this right here. They put some infill development, a lot of wood siding, beautiful front full facade porches and balconies. I guess they're apartment housing. And you can see here the Utah world famous Shakespeare Festival. And look at this street. As you can walk up, you'll see some beautiful red colored mountains. Wow. Now look at this right here, more of a traditional downtown. Look at this beautiful, I believe, Beaux Arts or neoclassical style building, the post office. And you see right here, there's some 3-story structures as well, not all 2-story. I believe this is a federal style, it could be Italianate, I'm not sure. But folks, this is what we gotta do more of. It doesn't have to be dense cities. It doesn't have to be inner city type development. You just have to interconnect the streets, make traffic more evenly distributed, move away from these subdivision housing tracts, and you can really make sure that the housing and places to shop and work are more compatible with each other. Now this downtown is missing a lot. It's not so active. There isn't a lot of shopping and things you can do here compared to other downtowns across the country. But then again, they can still do a lot of improvements, such as adding more buildings, infill, that look like single-family homes. The problem is, of course, all these big box retailers have got a lot of traffic away from the old-fashioned downtowns, as you can see. So that's one of the things you have to keep in mind. And I also would add an island of trees, road diet, whatever you want to call it, to really make this area more attractive, particularly for pedestrians. We are driving into the countryside, into the plains outside of Cedar City, heading towards, I believe, Newcastle. And wow, it looks so pretty. You know, it's nice to get to the rural areas away from the corruption, all of the problems like the multiculturalism, whatever you want to call it, banking system. Nice place to check out. See, now look at this. The lands are actually getting from hilly and now they're going flat. So it's interesting how this landscape really turns out to be. Goodness gracious. All right, everyone. This is what life is like in the rural areas. Nice to get away, be part of this laid-back environment. Look at all these ranches, horses, and everything. It's so nice. It's good to experience rural life when you come from an urban area, you know? A lot of abandonment. I don't know what's up with all that. Look at this. Forestry right here. And then you go right here, a little bit further ahead to your right, and you see deserts.